look at our setting tonight. The picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got a special treat for you folks tonight. Sports writing heavyweight Bill Simmons is in the house. Bill, welcome to 2K Sports.
What an honor. I've been waiting for the invite for years.
And we've been waiting for the acceptance. Thanks for joining us.
Let's do this.
The Milwaukee Bucks coming to this one after the win against the Charlotte Hornets. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin, we know how fortunate the Bucks are that they uncovered a top 5 player in Giannis Antetokounmpo. But this creates pressure on him to chase a title while he's in his prime. And with their coaching change and roster changes, every move is under heightened scrutiny. Kevin?
He wants to win in Milwaukee, DA. Can they help him get there? The Bucks building the roster around length and athleticism, Bill. That was a key reason they drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but I mean, I did that draft. He went 15th, and basically it looked like he was playing in the YMCA against ninth graders. We had no idea.
In the Greek League.
Yeah, after the lottery, you're throwing stuff against the wall. It was right around the right time to take him. I don't think they had any idea what they took. And also, he grew 3 inches after they took him.
It's amazing.
It is one of the most unbelievable draft picks in the history of the league. It really is. They drafted not just the best player in that draft at pick 15, but they drafted one of the franchise players of this decade with this flyer pick on the 6'9" dude from Greece, and was a success story even if he became an all-star. And it's gone way beyond that.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen is the 4, with Lopez in the middle. Dunn and Levine are the guard set, and it's Parker in at the small forward position. Antetokounmpo's physical gifts. On a dunk last season, he literally jumped over the 6'6" Tim Hardaway Jr. You remember the play?
Yeah, I think he's going to dunk from behind the foul line during a game.
He might.
Mainly because it's so easy for him, because it's like 2 steps and he can do it. But the last guy I remember being able to do what Giannis does was younger LeBron, where LeBron was such a sick athlete, like in that 2008, 2009 range, that he almost shrunk the court. And he would get a steal at half court, and then in 2 steps he was at the rim, and you would go, wow, how did that happen? And Giannis is like that. I think Anthony Davis is a little bit like that too, where it's just the geometry of the court seems screwed up when they're out there.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Markkanen a screen on Middleton. Fires the 3, and Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by Levine. Markkanen's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well, because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it turns out,
they embraced the size.
I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they want to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
Lopez with the bucket.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017, and that people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess
well, since he won the Rookie of the Year, let's put him in.
All right, we'll
put
him in there.
Technically.
I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like, I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like, we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstar.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, they had 4 All-Stars. The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, which 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at this 17 class, and Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Carter, he's checked in for Lopez. Bobby Portis comes in for Markkanen. Valentine's checked in for Jabari Parker. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Chris Dunn. They grab their own miss. Dellavedova kicks to Henson. Back to Dellavedova. Carter with the block. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now, here's Valentine. He's guarded closer. And the pass to Carter. And the Bulls, another 3.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now, here's Brogdon. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Bucks passing it around. Picked by Zeller. To the inside. And the jam by Tyler Zeller.
Tell you what, it's hard to stay with Dellavedova in the screen and roll. I mean, he's really good at slashing and taking apart the defense with his passing.
Levine with it. Defended by Dellavedova. Levine kicks to Carter. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Spurs.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Well, if you're going to win, you've got to shoot a good percentage from the stripe. And for them, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Now here's Levine, defended by Dellavedova. Valentine with it. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Carter, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Excellent awareness there, zipping the ball over to the perfect spot to score.
Pass to Muhammad. Misses from short range.
And that layup is usually going in, especially when the defense is as lazy as that.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We come back right after this. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve.
I'm just trying to focus on the court. What's my next step as a basketball player, because I know this is just the beginning. I haven't even reached my potential yet. I think I have a long way to go, and maybe one day I can be top 10 in all those things. I feel like I can do that.
I think he's already a top 10 player with his skill set and physical tools, Greg. He can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
Tyler Zeller out there with John Henson. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Muhammad in at the 3. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Always a spirited debate, Bill, around the NBA. Which team was the best ever? I know you have an opinion on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I used to feel really strongly about my opinion on this, but I think basketball has changed so much over this decade that I'm not even positive how you could compare what this Warriors team is versus what I always thought the 86 Celtics were the best team. But the 86 Celtics were built, I always compared it to a hockey team on a power play. We're just trying to get closer and closer to the net and crowd the net. And they were just built around getting layups and the best possible shots. The Warriors are built around math and shooting threes and spacing the floor. And if you took the 86 Celtics and indoctrinated them in that style for 5 years, they all would have been shooting threes, and they probably would have done it better than the Warriors, but I don't know. So I almost have like the before-after with theirs. I think the Warriors are the best team of the math era, but I still think the 86 Celtics were the best start-to-finish season anyone's had. The dark horse for me was the 01 Lakers, the second Lakers team. When Shaq and Kobe, they had won the year before, rocky first few months, and then they figured out whatever they needed to figure out, and Phil Jackson probably sprinkled some Zen fairy dust on them or whatever he did, and they just ripped through the league. And they came very close to going undefeated in the playoffs. So that would be my dark horse.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Picking back up, Bill, on our discussion of the greatest teams from different eras. What about those Chicago teams with Jordan in the 90s?
You know, the best one was probably the 92 team. But I really do think the league got a little diluted there in the 90s because of expansion. I don't think there was, like, the quote-unquote best Bulls team. I think Jordan was so great, he made it look probably a little easier than it was. But, you know, there's teams, they never really went against a great center other than 95 and 96 against Shaq. And, you know, the NBA pretends this never happened, but the Magic beat them when Michael came back from baseball, and Shaq and Horace Grant destroyed them. They were just too big for them. So, you know, for me, I still think that Shaq-Kobe 01 team was really great. Like, those guys were averaging 30 points a game each that year, and were just unstoppable. All the role players were really good. They had Big Shot Rob on that team, and Fisher, and Brian Shaw, Rick Fox. Like, that was a really good team. But I still think the 86 Celtics, having 4 Hall of Famers in the front court, DJ, Danny Ainge, the home court advantage, Bird at his peak of his powers, like, I would still say that.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first. They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
It's pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Bucks trail by 3. Bill, we've seen the NBA take steps to amend the draft lottery. Any further changes that you might recommend?
The biggest thing I would do is I just don't think you should be able to finish in the top 3 2 years in a row. I think there has to be some sort of schmuck insurance for the rest of the league. I'm fine rewarding the one bad season, but when you're just continuously bad, the year that Cleveland, when they won the lottery 3 out of 4 years, I just thought that was a travesty.
Just didn't feel like it.
No, it's just wrong. There's 30 teams in the league, and you have a team that really blows the LeBron James era and just surrounds him with the wrong people, and he leaves, and then really can't stay out of its way for the next couple of years, and they just keep getting the number 1 pick. I don't agree with that. I think that's bad. I also thought it was bad that Philly was able to get number 3 and number 1 in back-to-back years, and it's bad that the Celtics were able to get the 3rd pick and then the 1st pick. So that would be the one thing I would do. I don't think you should be able to successfully fail for multiple years.
And he makes that one. Chicago has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Carter with a screen on Bledsoe. Dunn kicks to Carter. Passes to Parker. Dunn outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound.
Jeez. Maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Instead, it had the opposite effect. He looked foolish.
Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I'd love it. Anytime, Kevin. Tell me.
Thank you. And Clark, always great to have Bill with us, a content creator who really taps into what the audience is thinking.
Could not agree with you more. Amen to all of that, Kevin. He's got a very loyal fan base and readers and viewers that share his vision, not just on sports, but on life. And that strong connection he has with them is admirable.
The Bulls leading by 5. 23 seconds left now here in the second. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn. 12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Antetokounmpo. A fadeaway. And it's good off the back rim and in. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Decent at spotting his teammates. You know, Bledsoe is good, I think, at reading the defense and then recognizing when he's got an open teammate.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Bulls. They're up by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Chicago came ready to play. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead as they strung together some excellent possessions early. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. Going through the second quarter, they started to look a bit fatigued, but played well enough to enjoy a 5-point cushion here at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
This second half is gut check time for the defense. Allowing over 60% shooting is weak sauce. Weak barbecue sauce, weak Butterfinger sauce, weak.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. A fantastic game from Wendell Carter in this one.
Yeah, I mean, he really gave them a boost in that first half. Shot way above his average.
Exactly, Greg. And, you know, when he's scoring like this, they're tough to stop.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Markkanen is the 4, with Lopez in the middle. And it's Parker in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Levine and Middleton with the block.
Boy, the defensive hustle there by Middleton. Stretching out and getting his hand on that shot. Excellent effort.
The Bulls leading by 5. Lopez passes to Markkanen. Kicks to Parker. Markkanen a screen on Antetokounmpo. Parker dishes to Dunn. The pass to Lopez. 6 to shoot. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. The The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. He drains the quick shot. Antetokounmpo's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Milwaukee. And Clark, you look at the Bucks roster. What's the biggest area of need, in your opinion?
The question mark I see is the center position, Kevin. Von Maker might have some upside and could very well fill that void, but they lack a presence in there now.
Markkanen kicks to Lopez. Out to Parker. This is to Markkanen. Over onto Kumbo. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
And the Bucks with some changes. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Lopez. John Henson comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Eric Bledsoe. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Portis is checked in. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And the new power rankings, still only the first month of the season. Here's a chance to compare early returns. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
From 17 feet out, Levine can't hit. Bucks trail by 3. Parker with the steal. Pass to Levine. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know what you like about Levine? He just keeps improving, keeps getting better, a little more strength and focus. And we're talking potentially an all-star.
And the Bucks making a change here. Ogden's checked in. Mark, we know you were a great athlete. Would you have enjoyed playing at the pace we're seeing in today's NBA style?
I hope I could have played in today's game. Again, I was not an uber athletic guy. Athletic enough to get things done on the court. Was a skilled basketball player more than a great athlete. So the athleticism of today might have challenged me a bit. But I still think I could have played and been effective in today's game.
I agree. Portis, the pass to Lopez. Bank shot, no good.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
Dellavedova kicks to Brogdon. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Five to shoot for the tie. Got a hand on it, but they recover it. Chicago has got fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And a look now at the breakdown between three-point and two-point shots attempted here tonight for Chicago.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to beat those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
It's good. This game is all even. Antetokounmpo's got 6 in the quarter.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banked home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Muhammad, he's checked in for the Bucks. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for the Bulls. Justin Holiday comes in for Dunn. Levine against Brogdon. Now here's Levine. He's covered closely. There's a good screen. Lopez passes to Holiday. Lopez a screen. Here's Valentine. And again, Chicago. No good. Here's Antetokounmpo in the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Super quick in transition. The Greek freak jumping down the throat of the defense with that speed.
Portis the screen. Levine kicks to Portis. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists in the game. Back to Brogdon. Down low, Zeller. That one's not going to go. And the Bulls going the other way now. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time when he's got a smaller defender on him.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Passes to Henson. Right side, Antetokounmpo. From 11 feet away. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for Milwaukee. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Holiday. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Levine. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Brogdon. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Antetokounmpo. Sinks that one from the post. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And, you know, it's obvious why Antetokounmpo is an MVP candidate. I mean, he's a ferocious player, great competitive spirit, tremendous work ethic, and highly skilled. He wants to dominate.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Bledsoe is out there with Brogdon. And it's Muhammad in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Lopez a screen. Dunn kicks to Lopez. And a miss there on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And it's good. He's made 2 for every one he's missed. 10 of 15 in the contest.
And Antetokounmpo is an excellent penetrator. Moves as a man much smaller would. I mean, this guy's 7 feet tall with that kind of agility. Just finds ways to knife inside the lane and finish through contact. Really impressive.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Markkanen sets the pick for Parker to the wing right side. Left side, Levine. Lopez, a screen on Brogdon. Back to Levine. Pick by Markkanen. To the paint. It's Solomon to Kumbo. And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it.
Well, I love the unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open out to Kumbo, make sure you get the ball.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. On against Antetokounmpo. Levine inside the 3-point line. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 3rd assist on the night. Timeout called, the Bucks. Silva, he's checked in for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He was pretty clear cut to them. He said, look, we need to play with some edge out there. I don't care what the lead is. Do not back off.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And a season after he won the most improved player, Antetokounmpo, Clark, was a legit MVP contender.
No doubt about it. I think if the Bucks had been a top seed, perhaps he could have won it, although James Harden was phenomenal last season. The league has been put on notice. This is a guy who wouldn't surprise me at all if he became an MVP at some point.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. A 3. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Lopez.
Well, one thing you like there is the extra pass. Evidence that the game is starting to slow down for Dunn.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ball game.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen over Bledsoe, and Markkanen gets it to go on the assist from Dunn.
And the quick trigger of Markkanen is impressive. He's got such a fluid release, too, especially on these catch-and-shoot jumpers.
The pass to Antetokounmpo. Got it. Good job in the low post. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. It seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Makes it off the glass. And now an 11-point Milwaukee lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Lopez, no luck.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Middleton on the wing. Lopez against Lopez. He kicks it to Ilyasova. Middleton on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Bean with the rebound. The Bulls have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Lopez drives in, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And when you've got that much of a size advantage on your defender, that's how you take advantage of it.
Ilyasova sets a screen for Bledsoe. Feeds it to Middleton. And what a play! Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Markkanen passes to Parker. Basket counts.
Muscle up. That's what Parker's telling those guys trying to defend him in the paint. He's really good at establishing his post position down low.
Here's Antetokounmpo. They grab their own miss. And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game. And so the Bucks take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there was some time.